Then we're going to get through this grocery haul. Good morning. Get in here. Nobody's late. You're just on time. I didn't even get started. I was making sure my mic worked, making sure my text worked. Let me know who's here so that I can say hi to you. You could barely hear it, so maybe it's just not working, but we'll see. Did you hear that? Okay. Well, if it doesn't work, that's okay as long as you can hear me. I want to say thank you so much for coming in here and watching what I'm bringing home from the grocery store, because when you know what to get to the grocery store, it's like your body feels so good, your nervous system feels so good, and we're going to go over exactly that. I got a big grocery haul. I want to make sure everybody guesses it. It is huge, actually. It's huge. But let me get these big ticket items out of the way before we get started so that I can show you guys where the money went. It went into the paper products. Okay, so there's that. And I did splurge and pick up this Zevia today. Has anybody ever used this Zevia? I mean, for those of people out there who are drinking that diet pop or regular pops, this is a great transition for people. This is the ginger ale one. They have every single flavor. It's something great to transition to. It's something that I like to have once in a while, but water is my choice. I drink water constantly. Happy Tuesday, you guys. I'm Stephanie Ignafo, somatic lifestyle medicine practitioner, plant-based nutrition expert, and founder of Plantspiration, where people are really learning how to turn this around and get this down. Because so many of us know, we know what to do. We know that if we eat low-fat, whole food, plant-based, that this should work, right? Well, there's a little bit more to it. It's not just the food, and I'm glad you're here because you're going to feel exactly what we're talking about. In this week's class, by the way, it's about batch cooking and meal prepping, and if you think you need 32 containers to get this down, let me show you what really works. Let's get through this grocery haul. And as we go through, I'm going to give you guys some ideas on how to batch cook things like potatoes. Look at these bad boys. Actually, these look pretty good. How are we going to do this? We're going to batch cook these, okay? You're going to throw them in the microwave. Maybe you're going to boil them. Maybe you're going to chop them up and put them in the air fryer. Pick one thing, and let's get rid of decision fatigue. And boom, you've batch prepped. You've meal prepped. That's how simple this is, okay? Talking about batch prep, why not just get a bunch of romaine? I'm going to use some of the, you could just chop it up ahead of time, or you could chop up one at a time. I'm going to use one for a taco bowl. I'm going to use one for a wrap. And I'm going to repeat, okay? That's, you could cut them up ahead of time, or you could just put them in your refrigerator. And this right here, that's, you're prepped. That's meal prepping right there. You know what you've got. Hey, everybody get in here. Let me know on a scale of 1 to 5 where you're at. 1 is already this week is the pit, Stephanie, or 5, I'm feeling like $1,000,000 nourished to flourish. We're going through my grocery haul today. It's a big one, so don't forget to guess it. It's huge. The receipt is not, but I just showed you. I got some big ticket items, and I've got some things in here that I don't think you guys have ever seen before. So let's get through this grocery haul. I'm going to talk about batch cooking and meal prepping, which is tomorrow night's class, and I'm going to show you what we can do with all this stuff. It's easy without the diseasey. You could cut these all up at once if you want, or you can leave them in your pantry. That's how easy it is, okay? Onions, they're wonderful. We need them. Get them in your grocery cart so that you can get everything going right. I picked up some peanuts. I might have some squirrels. I might have some people that like some peanuts. So I just quick grabbed these. They're in my cart this week, just regular peanuts. Of course, let's get to the good stuff, though. The broccoli. And the guy at the grocery store who got these fresh out of the box, I said, do you like broccoli? He says, I love broccoli. So everybody should be eating broccoli. Let's talk about batch cooking and meal prepping this, cutting it up. One and done. Okay, you could cut it up. You could eat it raw. Once you've got it cut up from the grocery store, you could steam it. You could bake it. You could sheet pan it. One and done. Pick something that I'm talking about right here and write down, you know what, I'm going to batch cook those collard. You know what, I'm going to cut up that broccoli right now. Then you're done. Then you're done. Whoa, let's batch cook some of these. We're going to cut these tops off, cut the bottoms off, and then you can chop them all up. Maybe one of them you could slice them up, but I guarantee you when you chop all these up and you put them in a container, you're going to eat them. And tomorrow night, I'm going to talk about how to use all these foods, batch cook, meal prep. We don't need 32 containers. We just need to do what I'm going to show you tomorrow night. Right here, you guys, this is meal prep, and grab a few and go out the door. Meal prep, one and done. And if you work from home like me, grab a bunch, put it on your desk, prepped, done. It doesn't have to be complicated, okay? Nice and easy without the diseasey. We're making everything bagel, breakfast, savory bowls tomorrow, a black bean and sweet potato bowl with a cilantro lime dressing. It's going to be incredible. I'm talking about the hummus of all hummuses, how to batch cook, how to meal prep, how to make it simple. Tamari, this is a staple in my house. I make a dressing with it almost every single week. This is prepping, just getting it in my cart, okay? Then just getting it home. Hey, how about everybody take a prep and take a drink of water with me? Take that action. Take that action to help heal yourself, okay? We've got some cinnamon. We put this into our oats in the morning. It goes into recipes. Cinnamon is just something that I brought home today, so that's why my grocery bill is a little bit higher too. We've got some corn tortillas, you guys. You can just leave these in the pantry and just eat them up and heat them up when you're eating them for tacos, or you can bake them in the oven. Pick one and get rid of the decision fatigue. This is about making it nice and easy. We might make some cheesy quesadillas with these. We might make some tacos. We might make some chips. But when they're here, actually, I have taco bowls down this week, so I think that's why I have them, to make some chips. I don't think, I know, because I'm always talking about my master list, and there's my menu for the week that I talk about, because my body loves when it knows what's coming. And these grapes, right here, you know how to batch these, wash them off and eat them, okay? That's it. That's how you prep those babies right there. One and done, nice and easy. Don't swing around here. Tahini. I love this tahini. It goes in dressings. It's easy to have. It's easy to make sauces. When you're batch cooking and meal prepping things like hummus, we'll be needing some tahini, okay? Oh, I've got the cannellini beans. They're still on sale. I love these. These can be sauces. These could be thrown onto a bed of greens with, well, I'm going to be making that tonight. If you follow my social media, you'll see exactly what I'm making tonight. We're going to be doing some sweet potato and black bean bowls. I've got these peppers. And you know what? Look at this. They're already prepped. They're already prepped. They're sliced. They're done. Count this as, hey, I just meal prepped. I just got those home for me right there. You know, when we tell ourselves all these great things that we're doing each and every time, our brain starts thinking, hey, you know what? I'm actually doing it. So bringing us home from the store, that's prepping. That's getting ready. Now, when you get home, cut them up, steam them up, eat them up, okay? That's how easy it can be. You can put them in the refrigerator. You can eat them later. You could put some seasonings on top of them. You could put them in your air fryer. You could boil them. You could do so many things with them. Just pick one thing and make that your day of slay, okay? More cannellini beans because they're cheap, they're inexpensive, and people who eat the most beans live the longest. And we already know that we can season food up with this. I've got some everything bagel sprinkle salt. There's tons of different brands. I'm going to talk more about that tomorrow night. Got to have the seasonings. We've got maple syrup. I can tell you what, these things go great in oats. They go great on rice. It goes great on quinoa. If you just have one of those things batched up, you can use this maple syrup for breakfast on any of them. You can also use that batch cooked stuff for lunch, or you could use it for dinner. This is so easy. We don't need to make it difficult, and we don't need 32 containers to slay. What else do we have today? How's everybody doing today? I don't see any numbers. 1 to 5. 1 is, not really having a great day. 5 is, Stephanie, I'm feeling really good. I want to know where you're at. And I'm going to tell you what, I'm not meal prepping anything with these. But actually, yes, I could put them over the kale. It'll make it taste less bitter. It'll be great. But lemons are great to have on hand. Like I said, we're putting them on kale. We put them in sauces. They're just great to have. They also go in donuts. I'm going to be bringing somebody some donuts this weekend. My daughter, she doesn't know it yet. We've got some avocado. We're going to be using this on a recipe tomorrow night. So don't forget, every time we bring something home from the grocery store, and if it's bringing you 1% closer to your goal, that's winning. That's feeling good. We've got a red onion. We could chop this all up at once, put it in a container. Now you've batched it. Now you're done. Now it makes it easier to not have all these decisions when we have that stuff done. We're going to be making a cilantro lime dressing. So I've got some limes this week so I can show you something cool. More lemons because we like them. They go on a lot of stuff. I have no lemons left. And you guys see me bringing home lemons every week. Ooh, those hit the ground. You guys, I've got something sad. They only have these two little, look at these little things. I'm grateful. I'm grateful they're still here. But let me tell you what. You could wash these off. You could steam these. You could cut them up and put some lemon on them or some vinegar, and you can make them not be so bitter. Or you can put them in a smoothie. So that's batch cooking and meal prepping when you kind of know what you're going to do with this stuff. So one's going to go in the smoothie, one's going to go in a bowl. Okay, that's what we're using tonight for dinner. Geez, I might need both of them actually for dinner. I've got extra avocado because I'm not the only one that lives here, and we're going to have some avocado sandwiches. Let's see what else we have. Every week I'm bringing home the same groceries, and this is how I kept 100 pounds off, by the way. This was me in my 20s. Okay, that's me in my 20s. All right, hold on. Here's more Stephanie in her 20s. Okay, I did all that stuff. I know there wasn't Pinterest back then, but I was doing all that meal prepping stuff, saving stuff. It doesn't need to be that hard. You know what I mean? And here's me in my 30s. It's just still dieting, still not working. Wonder why, okay? And this was probably my favorite picture of, I've tried every diet in my entire life. And you know what? None of that stuff worked, but this does. So I'm bringing home the same stuff every week. In this week's class, I'm talking about batch cooking and meal prepping. Right here, tofu. We're going to use tofu almost every day over here. Just having it. Oops-a-daisy. This one broke open. Hold on. Well, you know what? We're having those for dinner. Okay? We're having those for dinner. I can totally put those in the air fryer. You can make tofu scramble with them. You can batch cook that stuff up, put it in the refrigerator, you're done. The biggest thing you could do is pick one thing to do and then do it. Frozen triple berry, antioxidants, fiber, nutrients, and what do you know? It's already prepped for me. I don't need to wash them. I don't need to pick them. Prepped. Done. Those are going in a smoothie. They make it nice and easy for me without the diseasey. More tofu. I've got some this right here is like my salad dressing. If I'm going to eat a salad, which I don't even know if you could call it a salad because there's potatoes in it, there's beans in it, there's vegetables in it, and there's some greens in it. But I put this stuff over everything. You could put it over potatoes and black beans. If you've got them batch cooked, it makes it even easier. You could put it over your taco bowls. You could put it on your taco. You could just put it on rice and beans. You could put it on potato and beans. There you go, you guys. Write it down. More tofu. Because you like it. So that's it for that one. I'm getting to some good. Let's get to the real stuff. More batch cooking and meal prepping. All you got to do is wash these off. One and done, okay? One and done. Here we go. We've got some cauliflower. Let me tell you what. You could cut these up. You could steam these up. Or you could batch cook them. And I'm going to tell you what. If you're going to do a pan of anything, do two. Fill your oven up, okay? One and done. That's batch cooking and meal prepping. I'm going to be making my favorite cauliflower snacks tomorrow night and how to use them. And just maybe I'll be talking about this delicata squash, because if we're going to take a pan out and we're going to start the oven, we're going to make the most out of it. And I'm going to show you how to batch cook and meal prep this stuff. One and done. When we have a plan and you see how easy it is, this gets way less stressful, because with all that information out there, I want to make it easy without the diseasey, okay? So I've got a lot of cauliflower because, like I said, if I'm going to fire these babies up, I'm going to make sure I get some use out of them. Speaking of firing it up, how many of you guys have batch cooked potatoes in your house right now? Give me a yes if you do. Give me an N, a Y if it's a yes, and an N if it's no. I've got some sweet potatoes in here. We're going to be batch cooking a bunch of those. Sheet pan cooking. We've got cucumbers. You guys, these are already prepped. They're already ready. They're already ready to go. You just need to get them home, and then it's nice and easy. One more sweet potato. I've got some treats in here. Hold on. One more bag, and then I'm getting to the stuff that I don't bring home usually. So right here, you guys, this is batch cook and meal prep. Do you see how easy this is? Don't overthink it. One and done, all right? One and done. Take them with you everywhere. That's why I've got two. And you know what I'm going to say about these bad boys? 1-800-KEEP-IT-EASY without the diseasey, okay? You should be taking those with you everywhere. This is meal prepping when you just grab a bunch of bananas, okay? Meal prepping. Oh my gosh. You could meal prep these into smoothies. You could meal prep those into your purse. You could meal prep those into your attaché. I mean, maybe you can stick it in there. I don't know. But just grab these and you're set, okay? It doesn't have to be 32 containers, sauces, and your refrigerator loaded up, which is awesome. It's great if you've got time to do that. But I'm running a global nonprofit and coaching a bunch of people. And I like to keep it easy, don't you? Yeah, so eat your plants off with stuff like this. All right, let's see. We're down to one more bag. My favorite stuff is in this bag. I think can you guess what it is? We've got some sourdough bread. We're going to be making some avocado toast on that. We've got some raisins, so we could prep our breakfast in the morning. The simplest: oats, raisins, bananas, cinnamon, soy milk. Done. Okay. Oh boy, we've got some basil. Okay, I'm going to tell you what we do with basil. We chop it up with chickpeas, cherry tomatoes, and a little bit of balsamic, and it's fantastic. Those are John's. I don't want to throw them all over. He loves that stuff. We've got cherry tomatoes. I'm putting them in wraps. I'm putting them in a taco salad. All you got to do is rinse these up and cut them up. It takes 5 seconds when you already have the rest of your stuff batch cooked and meal prepped. You get what I'm saying? Nice and easy. I'm going to be talking more about that tomorrow. Of course, I've got blueberries. These are the champions, you guys. All of this is, by the way, let me just keep this real. Everything we have here is all you can eat, all you want. You could make wings with those cauliflowers. You could chop them up. You could cut them up. You could steam them up. The potatoes, same thing. This is everything. Tomorrow night, I'm going to show you how to make different flavors, different bowls, and how to use the same things for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, okay? Now, drum roll, please. Stephanie's favorite. I did splurge, and I got another bag of these mangoes. These are great for on the go, little bits at the time. If you're trying to lose weight, I would say take it easy on these. They tend to bulk up, you know what I mean? And I said I'm going to be doing some errands this weekend, and I'm dropping off some treats. I do like seeing these. These were on sale. The ingredients are great. They are the Gluten-Free Brothers, plant-based, non-GMO, sustainably made. No oil. These are a win for little snacks, little treats. Here's another flavor that they have. The peanut butter ones, Gluten-Free Brothers. I don't know if you have those in your store, but they're great to grab on the run. All right, grocery haul. Did anybody want to take a guess of what's going on here with all these foods, flavors, and ease of preventing and reversing disease? It doesn't have to be difficult. I know what Pinterest does to people, seeing all that meal prepping and that batch cooking, and it gets overwhelming. And when things get overwhelming, we shut down. We don't want to do nothing. So that's why this is working so well over here at Plantspiration, because I teach people how to keep it nice and easy. That's why we're down 2,403 pounds. More clothes are feeling better. More medications are getting reduced. More people are not falling out. They're moving forward. You know what I mean? Nobody starts over at Plantspiration. We just keep getting better at it. Here, no guess for the grocery haul. You know what? Am I not seeing the comments? Oh my goodness. I see Betty. These coming in late. There you go. It's so good to see you guys. Guess the grocery haul. Now I see the comments. Oh my gosh. That was like not being able to see anything the whole time. All right. Betty. I'm going to tell you what, Rachel. Are you grocery shopping with me? Are you grocery shopping with me? Because that is $10 off. I did buy a lot of groceries today. I bought special snacks. I bought peanuts. You guys, I'm not going to lie. I was hungry when I went to the store, and I just started seeing everything. But nonetheless, we're going to rock and roll this in tomorrow night's class. I'm going to show you how to break it down, get rid of decision fatigue, and not overthink batch cooking and meal prepping, because this is how we're slaying it. This grocery haul was brought to you by Plantspiration, okay? We're rocking it over here. People aren't dieting, they're thriving. Look at all this food. I'm going to eat it all. I'm going to eat my plants off, and we're going to nourish to flourish. Any questions before we, I've got a 12-pack of Pops. I got paper plates. I got paper towels. So this grocery haul was off the hook, and the bill was your $10 off, Rachel. So your winner, of course, tofu for dinner. I just want to say this to you guys. Listen to me. You're doing it. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. We got caught up in something that told us to restrict, to cut back, and it's really hard to get out of that diet mentality. But today I want you to listen to me. Do one thing that helps you get closer to your goal. Maybe it's drink more water. Maybe it's eat more plants. Maybe it's get into this community so that you can feel great about what you're doing. I'm gonna let you guys go. That's it. That's the end, okay? For your health, the animals, and the planet, get in here so I can teach you how to prevent and reverse disease with groceries like these. Love you guys. Don't forget to drink your water and text somebody that you love. You can make somebody's day.